Hello, welcome. Got a bit of a throat again, but never mind, I'll carry on. But please excuse me. I'm going to talk today. Oh, sorry. Welcome to Electric DJ here. Welcome. You are really, really welcome. But let me get straight into this. Glastonbury. Yes, over the weekend, Glastonbury in 2025. So it was 2028 and 29. We had this we had this terrible thing, didn't we? And is it the state of the music industry that our youngsters are imbibing? Death chants, alliances to terrorist organisations, expletives, and drug references, all from the stage. Entertainment, expletives, drug references, alliances to terrorist organisations, death chants is entertainment. The Irish language rap group Kneecap, never heard of them, never heard of them, don't want to hear of them again. But however, they performed before tens of thousands of people at Glastonbury, the Glastonbury Festival, and despite criticism by British politicians and a terror charge for one of the trio's members, there's just three of them. Now, I'm going to have trouble here because their names are in Irish. Yes, Gaelic. So it's Liam O'Hanaday did, who performed on the stage of Mo Chara. That's easier to say, isn't it? Mo Chara. He has been charged under the Terrorism Act with supporting a prescribed organisation which had for allegedly waving a Hezbollah flag at a concert in London in November last year, 2024. He's on unconditional bail before a further court hearing in August of this year, 2025. Why the wait? I don't know. You know, we've got this Northern Conservative councillor's wife who made a comment, and she gets 20 odd months in prison immediately. But this guy is waving a flag, he's supporting Hezbollah, and in a concert before, again, hundreds, I don't know how many was there. And that was back in November, and he doesn't get go to court until August. Why the difference? Two-tier starmer. Okay? Mo Chara, I'll call him. He enters the stage, he comes onto the stage, and he shouts, "I'm a free man!" You know, it's the West Holts Field where he's performing holds 30,000 people, and it was packed. A scattering of Palestinian flags flew in the field, and it was a capacity crowd, as I say. And he opened his show with an audio montage, so a shouting of news clips referring to the band's critics and legal woes. Not abashed by what he's done, he's celebrating what he's done, and he's asking the 30,000 crowd to celebrate with him. He's not worried about what he's said. He's happy with it. Now, they're from Belfast, this group. There's three of them, as I say. And they use satirically language and imagery about the Irish Republican movement. You know, in the IRA days, Irish Republicans and the IRA. And the decades of Northern Ireland's decades of violence. It has faced criticism since videos emerged allegedly showing the band shouting up Hamas, up Hezbollah, and calling the people to kill the lawmakers in Ireland. And they're allowed to perform. But a lady who stands within 150 metres of an abortion centre, silently praying in her own head, not making contact with anyone, she was arrested 3 times. But they can shout kill lawmakers and up Hamas, up Hezbollah. 2-tier. Okay, before Kneecap, that's what they call themselves, Kneecap. Now Kneecap is based on the fact that the IRA, if they caught any Republicans or traitors to the IRA, they would shoot them in the back of the kneecap, blasting out the kneecap and crippling them for life. Nice band. But before they came on the stage, before Kneecap came on the stage, there was an English punk band. They're just a duo, and they're called Bob Vylan, Vylan. And they led the crowd, talking about 30,000 people, in chants of free Palestine and death to IDF, the Israel Defense Force. Hell yeah! From the river to the sea, Palestine must be free, added the singer. But this is a music concert. People have paid to go to. You know, it's absolutely chilling to see and hear such screaming from the performers, and the crowd that swayed and jumped to their commands repeated back the slogans. Did they really believe that they should be from the river to the sea, what it meant? That it means driving the Israelis out of Israel into the sea, drown them, kill, death to the IDF, death to the Israeli Defense Forces. Really? 30,000 people with children, youngsters jumping up, yeah, death. It's chilling, honestly, it's chilling when I went to. Now, what gets me is the fact that it was broadcast out from Glastonbury, across the nation. You could see it on BBC One, BBC Two, you could see it, and it was broadcast to the world. Throughout the world, people saw this across the world. And it was broadcast by whom? The British Broadcasting Centre. Yes, BBC, a once world-renowned entity now looked upon by many as anti-anything remotely reminiscent of traditional British values. It's a national disgrace, in my opinion. Yes, even I, an advocate for free speech, found these bans repugnant, unnecessary, but seemingly conversant with the times we live in. Yes, bad language, poor musical output, extremist, misinformed viewpoints are the signs of the times, and it saddens me to know so. That this is the destination of our youth. This is the failings of parents and of politicians who heralded in political correctness, which was never correct, but a communist ploy that was swallowed hook, line and sinker for all believing class, for all compliant class, who have never believed the way to prevent the slide down the slippery slope into the gutter is to just say no. Dictators and people like this cannot operate if we say no. If they're putting on bans like this, these two bans, and the people just turned their backs on them and walked away, those bans would no longer be able to act. Politicians who brought in political correctness with the start of that silly thing, the blackboard. You can't say blackboard, it's racist. Rubbish, of course it isn't. It was a board painted black and you used white chalk on it so you could see. If we'd have all, instead we changed to whiteboards, it was okay to say whiteboards, not blackboards. You can't say blackboards, but you can say whiteboards. If we'd have said, no, that is silly, that is stupid, we're not going to be told we cannot call a blackboard a blackboard. We will call a green board a green board, we'll call a whiteboard a whiteboard, we'll call a blackboard a blackboard. if we'd have said no to these stupid politicians, a lot of this would have been stopped. But no. People are acquiescents. They put up with anything. We were told, do not assemble. Stay in your home during 2020-21. Stay in your home. Don't go out. Don't go out. Only essential workers can go to work. You can't go to work. Businesses collapsed. Why couldn't we go to work? Why couldn't we go out in the park? Why couldn't we go to the seaside and enjoy ourselves on the beach? Why couldn't we go and do the trails through the woods? I go on my trails through here in Hartlepool Common, just outside my house. Go down to the lakes and enjoy the countryside, enjoy the nature. But we were told you can't. We were told eventually when they relaxed it, 6 people could get together. But the 7th person was illegal. Why? What made the difference with that 7th person? Nonsense. Did we say, no, we're not taking any notice of your nonsense? Alas, no. It went on and it went on and it goes on now. And it's accumulating into groups like this. On stage, but before 30,000 heads bopping around in person and millions across the world listening to the river to the sea and death to IDF. Free, free, free. Death, death, death. This is where we've got to. And it saddens me. Until the next post later on today, be good, be safe, and it's goodbye from DJ. Bye for now.